Wild lawyer cases. According to Reddit, probably coming in a little too hot on this microphone. Number 14. Video editor for a lawyer here. I make lots of tapes, harsh depositions, evidentiary stuff, getting to the good stuff in a 12-hour surveillance tape. Well, I don't envy having to sit through that boring-ass footage, but I imagine fast-forwards were invented for a reason. I have even had to pixelate everyone's face on certain footage, but the suspect in a hospital surveillance tape due to, certain associations, I'm sure. Sometimes the state will ask me to recover a very bad audio from criminal investigations or see if I can see fraudulent editing on a tape, see if there's inconsistencies. I don't see the whole case and never know the outcome. I just get a ton of raw input. A video can lie, and so can mine. A thing I felt bad about was working for the defense in a civil suit. A new worker had his legs crushed at a loading dock. Maybe the music's too loud. We get our cameras and are working for the company to show the loading dock is supposed to be done and all the safety equipment is working. Okay. They have their best guy to do the demolition stuff, the old SALT employee. He can't make the probably demonstration. I don't know when you write demo, you fuck. He can't make the safety latches work. And not at just one, but at two of the three loading docks. The one that does work doesn't work reliably. It is obvious that they never use these things. But the video is edited, and it looks like the company and safety equipment are slick and functional and run by the most seasoned professionals. So demo in this case, I'm imagining meant demonstration, but it was clear this was a really long entry just to say that some people, edited some shit to make it look like everything was above board as far as them following procedures when in fact they didn't. And that's it. Some people, and I'm going to go ahead and ask you to look at the screen for a quick moment. I could have started this list at number 15, but you know what hit me in the face as fucking usual? Biggity bam. Biggity bong, boy. Jesus. And now since we've been robbed of entry 14 by some long-winded fuckboy who couldn't help himself but answer a question that wasn't directed towards him to say something as stupid as people had edited footage to make it seem like they were doing something that they clearly weren't. Can you imagine writing 3 fucking paragraphs answering a question that wasn't posed to you? People like this are among you, okay? You're working with people like this. You're in a classroom with people like this. You better hope that nothing like what happens in the movies happens with you, man, because you're instantly going to be the bad guy, because you'd rather shake loose these turds or be the guy that shoots them to get rid of yourself some dead weight. You know what I mean? Than be in the midst of some of these people. Whoa. Imagine saying, hey, is anybody here a blank? And somebody raises their hand and goes, I'm not that. And then instead of giving you pertinent information, you know what I mean? If I'm saying, hey, does anybody here know how to lockpick a door? And somebody opens their mouth and goes, I'm no lockpick, but I do know how to lockpick a door. That'd be dope. But when you're saying, I'm no lockpick and here's something unrelated, I don't know how that doesn't warrant smacks. So I guess I'm just an old man who's read far too many of these stupid ass lists to be able to put up with this shit anymore, but every fucking day. Number 15, to replace 14. I was viewing some, uncool sibbity-pibbity. That's what the politicians love. And that was pretty uncomfortable. As a defense attorney, you would go to the prosecutor's office to view the discovery files, and they're prohibited from releasing it outside of the office. So you go in, you sit down in a small room, and the legal secretary brings you the discs with the files on them. On one case, I had to view the files more than once. So, imagine rolling in saying, "Hey, need to see that kid's dick again." Boy. There you go. Also representing parents in juvenile where I was fighting to return kids to pretty broken homes. That's so sad. That's a lawyer's job, bro. You either desensitize yourself to it immediately or you don't do it. That's some lawyer's job. Some lawyer's job is to defend somebody that they know is guilty, or to basically fight for an outcome that will make not just some parties worse or their lives worse, but sometimes every party's lives worse. You could be fighting to return a child to a bad home, and that's what he's saying he did. Most of the time it didn't bother him. Well, way to be honest about it. But in one case I represented a dad who had a baby mama that had just had these adorable twins. The parents were absolute pieces of bing bong. Now, a lot of the time the foster families are one small step for man above the parents themselves, not people I would ever hire to babysit my children. But in this case, the foster parents were a couple of 30-somethings who I presume couldn't have kids of their own. They would show up to court with the infant twins, and they brought them a new dress or new dress clothes for the court dates. It was kind of cute. They wanted to adopt the kids. Should the parental rights of the biological parents be terminated, so I felt pretty bad showing up trying to get these kids returned to the dad. I left that job because the case was completed, but I assume it had a happy ending. The judge was never going to return the kids to the parents, so I like to think that the couple has them now. But you don't know for sure, with a phrase like "I like to think." What an unsatisfying beginning to a list. How can I know, man? Should I start proofreading all of these? And rob you guys the satisfaction of hearing me frustrated as usual on yet another day? I doubt it. How is everybody in the stream chat? Good. You know, you guys getting your breast enhancement surgeries and your ball smoothening Botox, guys. Just inject it right in there. Get those balls as smooth as eggs. Ladies will say, "Wow," you know what I mean? Jeez. Just like in the animes that we watch. Smooth Botox balls. Yao just says, "Kyle is the Barry White of Reddit list." Wow, that's so sweet of you. Wow. Barry White. Wow. Only you and me know him, man. I think a Barry White song came on one time and Dia didn't know it. Dia's so young. Dia's the Lucas fantasy. Young, huge things on there. Oh my God. If he didn't know what she looked like already, I would probably use pictures of her to catfish my man Lucas and be like, "What's going on?" There were people who were talking about they saw him at the movie theater on Martin Luther King Day, just watching the young girls. Watching the young girls.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't know what I look like. Because I don't have my profile, my little username thingy. Doesn't have my picture.
Yeah, but most people have seen you and then have figured out your Twitch. So it's all on here. It's all on here. Hello, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Hope everything's making sense. Diego and Jonathan says, "I like hearing you get frustrated. Lets me know that I am not alone in judging these people." Well, I mean, I need to take it down a notch at the end of the day, but sometimes it's, I don't want to hit these people in a way where it's like I'm upset with them because of what other people do. But I think in and of itself, answering a question that wasn't posed to you in not only an irrelevant way, but a long-winded way, bitch, pick one. Pick fucking one. That's 3 strikes to me, dude. You ask a question and it's not to a certain type of person, but a certain type of person answers. That's 1. So you say something stupid and irrelevant, that's 2, man. That's 2. Long-winded? Oh my God. Why do they let you live? All right, look, number 13. A close relative was a judge in a pretty small town in the 80s. What? What's funny about the small town?
No, Stripes. I just read her message and it made me giggle.
Stripe says, if I loose my boobs to cancer, do you think I can have them put back without nipples? Well, look, if you loose them, they'll still be on you. They'll just be, they'll need to be screwed back in, I guess, right? Like the screws you got loose, you motherfucker. Listen, lose is 1-0, okay? Loose is 2. I lose my patience when dealing with you. But my grip on whether or not to keep reading your comments is getting loose, What? So a close relative was a judge in a pretty small town in the 80s. There was a case, a drug deal gone bad, and I guess one guy went to his dealer's trailer. Damn. No, I guess one guy went to his dealer's trailer. Guy planned to rob the dealer, not only take his drugs, but to take the money as well. Dealer picked up on the plan and pulled out a gun. Oh, yeah, what about this gun, bitch? Didn't go the way you thought it was, huh? First guy pulled out a gun as well. Oh, not so fast. What do we have here? Let's just, both died. Suicide by stupidity, really. We don't know. We can't know. If I'm willing to believe no dealer wants to just die. I think the drug dealer was forced to fire after this drug showed up thinking he was just going to be able to get it all. That's why it's not, I could never be a dealer. I could have the certainty that I'm not going to get caught by the police, and I would never think to myself that I want to be a dealer. Because you're dealing, no pun intended, with people who are at the bottom of the bottom, who would genuinely suck a dick, who would let you use them, who would probably bring you their relatives to let you use them, who would steal from their relatives to earn cash to get their next fix. These are whipped people who feel they've nothing to lose and will do anything to secure their next bing bong. They're more dangerous than a life in jail. I couldn't do it. I guess it takes a braver man than me, or a dumber man. Come on now. So the guy planned to rob the dealer and they both died. The families ended up suing each other for wrongful death. Cha-ching. Relatives spent a couple of days going over the law before they arrived in court, each wanting to get rid of the other for money. Relatives, while on the bench no less, said something to the effect of they both did society a favor by removing themselves from our society. Damn. Early 80s, not a chance for that statement to go viral the way that it would now, but you can bet the week following, the letters to the editor and the local paper blew up. I only include this because the prosecutor was laughing so hard he had to excuse himself from the room when the judge made that comment. Ooh. Well, I mean, the loss of life is a tragic thing that's happening every second. You know what I mean? How many people die in the midst of us reading one of these lists? And it's messed up. But, let's just say that there are a lot of people dying who may or may not deserve it as far as I'm concerned. They don't have a weapon in their hand, and it's not a silly squabble over drugs or who slept with who or some bullshit like that. You know what I mean? Jason's like, they deal with people who already have one foot in the grave. That's one way to deal. That's one way to look at things. I sometimes I have one stripes in the grave. You know what I mean? But she finds a way to just resurrect herself. I think that girl's dealing with some kind of real fucking what's a Hispanic equivalent of voodoo,
Witchcraft? We just have witchcraft, dude.
You don't own witchcraft, all right? Witchcraft is for everybody, all right?
I'm not saying we own it. It's not. I'm just saying it's not something like named specifically.
Girl, you're lucky there's no brooms in here so I could fly around this room and show you what the fuck's up. Okay?
Oh, shut up.
Alright. Yeah. Talk to a snake, too. Alright. Number 12.
Calm down, Harry Potter.
Well, fresh after law school, I worked on a case where the people involved were sketchy in every possible way. Wow, they're so artistic. My role was very limited. That's not funny, dude. They may be artistic, but I'm autistic. That's not cool either, man. That's not cool. My role was very limited. I was just helping with some security filings. The problem was that nothing quite added up. And when I brought the discrepancies over to my boss, she just told me to put the information in anyway. She was very friendly with the client. Damn, like titties out friendly. We saw him at her office all the time, and he'd often just drop by to chat and hang. Like out of his pants? Sorry. Years later, the company folded. I bet. Years later, the company folded, alright? And their clients, many of whom were vulnerable, lost hundreds of millions of dollars. I was not at all surprised. My boss was someone with whom I had dreamed of reporting. What? No, God damn it. My boss is someone I dreamed of reporting for years, but she was slippery enough never to do anything wrong enough to, not grant her some manner of plausible deniability. Additionally, I'd always felt like I had zero idea of what I was doing as a student and the first year associate there. Further still, I felt powerless against someone who had built herself quite a reputation within the legal community here and who had been known to act vindictively towards anyone who crossed her in the past. In any case, I do think about you ever see some of these fucking entries and wonder if somebody's writing a goddamn paper for a class and that like maybe they finished one draft of this and was like, man, this ain't wordy enough, man.
I need more words.
I need more words. More words. If you want to add more words to these, and if you're listening to this right now and you make these Reddit comments, just double space the bitch for me, please. If you feel like you really need to just fill up some fucking screen. Do not make entries like this. It's not a Twilight Zone episode, dudes. You don't have to take one sentence of a concept and spread it over fucking 45 minutes. What's happening? You think I'm bad for derailing these lists and talking about Pokemon and yogurt or whatever stupid shit I'm on tonight? I could go to my wish list right now. We could look up something stupid that's on there. What is the most recent thing? I think it's just blankets. Yeah. How practical. Nope. Thermal laminator. Well. Nope. Yeah. Blankets and thermal laminators. That's not bad. Okay. We could talk about Pokemon though. There's this new game called Temtems, right? And I was going to try it out today. I was gonna try out Temtems or whatever the fuck it wants to be called, right? The beauty of Temtems is that people were desperately trying to stream this today, and I will show you what it looks like with them trying to stream today. Pretty good stuff. Here's a 5-hour. No. This is somebody actually playing it. I want to stream from today, please, not a month ago. Today. And hilariously, what ended up happening was that most people, I think GameSpot or Stop or whatever the hell they want to call themselves, were caught in a, what's the word I'm looking for? Queue. And they couldn't play. I'm guessing all of the channels must have taken it down. Jesus Christ. Y'all took it down? You took down that hot Temtem gameplay? Why? Why would you do that? Because for about 4 hours, people were going to sit down and try to play this game, but they couldn't get in. And it was not making this game look good, I could tell you that. Pretty sad stuff.
May or may not have been live this whole
Look at that. Look at that queue, boy. How can I get that any bigger?
Hello.
Oh,
Lord, what a point.
Lord. Let me get that nice and big. So imagine just trying to play this Pokemon ripoff that's really marketing itself with the Pokemon name. And I think that's not good. That's not good. Like, yes, if there's similarities to it, let people liken it to that, but, you might as well be saying it's the Dark Souls of something by going a little too in on that. Long story short, nobody can play the damn game. So you would expect that type of thing to be free, an experience where you get to, like, wait in line. Nah, boy, that shit's $35, which is why I didn't play it today, though. Okay? But I can tell you what, I would rather have paid $35 to sit in line than sit through 3 paragraphs again of somebody really not saying anything, dude. Why can't you guys write these lists? Linda says she's on the way home. Did she go clubbing? Ma says hi. Hi, Kyle. Hi, chat. Huh. Hello to Linda's mother. And hello to me and Linda. Both of us. Jason says I just recently bought Pokemon Shield. Uh-huh. So I'm not shelling out cash for Temtem just yet. I mean, what makes you think it's something that's worthy of your purchase? I guess maybe you've done more research than I have and you're interested in something it has to offer. But it did not seem like something that I wanted to pay for. You know what I mean? If so, it certainly wasn't going to be more than $10, not in its current state. Because it very much seems early access. Throw people a bone before your game is complete. And there's too much of that going on right now in the gaming world where everything's just early access, pay for it now. And then they never complete the damn game. Boy, I want to see something finished. Even poor Undertale's developer, even Toby want to make a parts for his shit. That may mean that shit'll never get completed, man. And that's the sad truth about it. But the world we live in, whatever. Number 11. It's not my case, but at a previous firm, a partner sent out a firm-wide email congratulating his team on a great win. It detailed how their win meant that our client, Giant Fossil Fuel, wasn't liable for damage to the environment caused by the leaks in their pipes. Instead, the taxpayers would be covering the cost. We did it, you guys. We've made the world a better place. The partner went on to say something to the effect of this saves our client something billion a year in environmental cleanup and pipe-wide maintenance. For some reason, even though it wasn't my case, that one always stuck with me. Holy shit. Holy shit. Ugh. Why did they have to include people in that if it wasn't their case? Just to make them feel bad to share this burden? Maybe they laughing and burning money next to a fireplace with cigars in their mouth, just like fuck them. Fuck those taxpayers. They said. What is going on in your life, guys? Are you even happy? I want to make you happy, but you don't tell me how. Does this make you happy? Being here every day, I try to distract you. I try to keep it away from you. Are you chasing some of that hot, floppy pee-pee in your life? Is that what you, or you're a man, you're chasing big knockers or big butt, you know? Maybe you're a virgin. Maybe you're what I've called enlightened in the past. Maybe you've transcended the need for a physical companion. Maybe that's childish to you. That's silly. That's foolish. You're a magician. You're a wizard, as we would call them. My God. Have you transcended? Spencer says he's in the shower right now. We just watched Walking Dead and the dude named Spencer got killed by somebody else. It was funny.
What if someone in here has never watched The Walking Dead, but maybe they wanted to...
Oh, you're worried about spoilers for somebody who's never watched The Walking Dead? I guarantee by the time they reach that part of The Walking Dead, they won't remember who Spencer is. So we should just move on from it. Would you want me to tell them that I made it up and it's not true?
Don't say no.
Okay,
Also,
so look, if you're in a blood shower right now, then I hope you enjoy getting wet in that shower. You know? Jeez. Belle says that they passed their first clinical test today in nursing school. Very proud of you. I hope that you continue to do well and pass whatever is set before you, but you know you're going to have to apply yourself at the same time. Seraphin says, I'm making a birthday cake tomorrow. I hope the cake comes out the way that you want it to. And that other people that I guess you intend to feed your poison cake to are pleased in their final moments. Tiffany's Mind says, when you stay up until 3 a.m. to watch Kyle, I didn't know it was 3 a.m. for you, girl. You can watch these in the morning. All of you can watch them in the morning, okay? You know, that's what's up. We're finally at the remaining 10 entries of this stream. Number 10 reads, this is my first case and I'm currently working on it now. It feels largely morally reprehensible. An antitrust case where our client has been indeed manipulating the market in shoddy ways. I have very strange hiccups right now. However, I'm not defending the client's practices, I'm merely advising them, which means I tell him in pages of legalese to cut the bullshit because that shit will land you in big ass fines. It's crazy that they are definitely wrong, but they're probably going to get away with it. Don't you wish we had that kind of, like, I don't know, blanket of protection? I guess when you got money, you kind of do. But still, it's crazy to live a life knowing you'll never really find trouble. Unless it's your health. You know what I mean? That's nuts. Jason says it's 4:12 a.m. here. Where the hell do you guys live? Across the pond? I'm glad to know you. I'm glad to have you. And I hope if you're all getting wet in the shower like Spencer, that you have your fucking clothes on, because this is a Christian server, okay? YouTube is the type of place that wants everybody to not acknowledge that people ever get nude ever. Even in the shower, you wear clothes. Two birds with one stone. You wash your clothes while you shower. That's how it works.
No, Jason says that he's from Norway, and I think Lizzo's from Australia? I want to say she's from Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe she's British. I don't know. I know someone from here is from Australia.
Never nudes for life. I really do love my motherfucking Arrested Development references. As we continue up this list, we arrive at number 9. Please don't ask for specifics. Boy, a surefire way to get somebody to do the opposite of what you're asking them to do is to ask them to do it. I had a case where a guy shot and killed a security guard that slapped him across the face for selling drugs near a store. I knew the guy had done it. It was close to midnight, the crime scene had poor lighting, and the shooter wore a hoodie. I see. Only the eyewitnesses that showed up for the trial had told the police at the time of the crime that the suspect was black. The defendant wasn't Caucasian, but wasn't black either. That, in my opinion, was the argument that won the jury over. The defendant was found not guilty. He thanks me while in tears. His mother and grandmother bring me a cake and thank me afterwards. Less than a year later, I'm watching the news and they're reporting a crime where a crew held up 3 families hostage while robbing their apartments. They beat up the janitor. They tied the families up and locked them in one of the apartment's bathrooms while threatening to throw a grenade inside if any of them decided to wisen up. For a brief second, one of the robbers looks right into an elevator camera before spray painting it, close up on the guy's fucking face. That sucks. I think you can imagine whose face I was looking at. It was the dude.
It's the security guy all along.
That sucks, man. That sucks. These things happen, though, you know. It sucks, though. Stripe says, the water's been turned off and I am suffering. Well, Stripes,
Oh gosh.
it's better that the water be off than be on when it could be a problem over there in Mexico. Okay, you know, it's scarier. Like, that could be a life or death thing that's going on. So don't tempt fate, Stripes. Don't tempt the fates. The duel of the fates. That's the name of a song from Star Wars. Back when Star Wars wasn't as awful as it is now. It wasn't that great back then, but, you know, it wasn't this bad. Jesus. Oh, man. In our lifetime, we have thoroughly seen that ruined, you know? If I had a bunch of Darth Vader or C-3PO and R2-D2 shirts, would I still wear them? I'm not sure. You know? Just like you probably wouldn't wear a Pickle Rick shirt anymore. It has been destroyed. Somebody said, oh, you like this thing? I'm gonna make it so lame to like this thing. Please don't do it. Oh, here I go. Oh my God. Jason says, Stripes, you have that problem too. I have the same problem. The hot water is a joke here.
He's in Norway. That must suck. It must be freezing.
She said the water's been turned on. No, but she just doesn't have any water. You only have
cold water.
You know, no hot water. Yeah. Punch says, hot take, there's only 3 great Star Wars movies and only 2 are original trilogy. Well, that's your opinion there, you know.
Wait, then what's the other third great movie?
It's a good question. You know what I mean? Because it certainly couldn't have been any of the new asshole movies, and it certainly couldn't be any of the prequels.
Well,
the prequels are so bad they're good. Specifically, I can't stand Phantom Menace though. That movie's so awkward. You know?
Is that the one in the middle?
No, Phantom Menace is the first one, you know? And even though that whole Qui-Gon, Darth Maul shit, we ain't talking about Star Wars. You almost got me. You almost fucking got me. Rogue One's all right, man. Rogue One's all right, and it loses itself to fan service. Let's be real.
I haven't seen it, so I don't.
You don't want to see Rogue One. You don't want to see any of these movies. You don't want to see Solo. That whole movie is confusing. And not like from a plot, not like I'm an old man, I don't understand the plot. Like, there are cinematic choices in that movie that break it. And usually when things are bad in a movie, you know that they're bad because they couldn't be another way. Like, a committee came in and was like, this is what needs to happen. Maybe there was even another cut of the movie, but it didn't test well. So people were like, okay, we're going with this other cut. You understand why the movie's lame. You understand why the movie's bad. You just like when you see a movie and you don't like it, maybe there's like too much love story bullshit shoehorned in there. Maybe they waste too much time towards the final act with just some like filler garbage to really just explain some of the loose ends that don't tie up. You usually know exactly what's wrong, but why? You know? That's a big question when you're done watching, I don't think it's Rogue One, it's the other one. Solo. Woo! Solo. It's not just woke. That's the problem.
Also, Mook Arts just asked a very cursed question.
Mook Art said, you see in Birds of Prey, Kyle? I could give a fuck about that movie, man. God, I didn't care about any of them DC movies. Can I tell you what I watched after the fact and I was genuinely pleased with it right up until the end? Shazam. I liked Shazam. I hated that stupid little kid, the cripple. I hated that they all got powers at the end of that movie. I really got mad at that little cripple bastard because he we're not going to go into it. If y'all want me to do some kind of corny ass, like watch a movie and then give you commentary, we were watching it with Stripes too. And I can tell you, boy, I just lost my damn mind when this kid tried to make it seem, because there's a part of that movie, if you've seen it, all right, where the kid insinuates that Shazam is going to show up. And the dude that is Shazam did not agree to that. So basically this little shit put himself in that position. And then he tries to blow up like on the other guy as if like, it's just a piece of shit. It's just a piece of shit. He insinuates all of this. I'm over it. Shut up. Stripes. She says, Stan Shazam, get the fuck out of here. It's true though. We did like that movie overall, and the problems that I had with it did not compromise the whole feel of the movie, and it was a good one. But I didn't see Aquaman either, so I bet you that one was probably all right as well. But I don't care about no Birds of Prey, dude. I don't care. And I can tell you another thing. I'm barely gonna care when Guardians happens again. Is that rude? They gonna have to show me something in the trailer to try to hook me into going to see that movie. And it's gonna be another hero. You know what I mean? Just like they fucked up, let's not get into it. Now we're talking about Marvel movies. You got me. You guys got me. You brought the nerd out. Hey, Gaio, what do you think about video games? You know what I mean? Number 8. Not me. But my brother is a criminal defense attorney, and he worked as a contracted public defender for a few years after starting his own business just to get some guaranteed income while building his client base. Was his name Matthew Murdoch? Shit. The catch with these contracts is that you're not able to refuse clients. He had to defend a guy that had repeatedly, oh my God, raped his toddler daughter while the mom watched? What a mother you are. What a mother you are. Here's the thing. Because, I know in our brains sometimes we always think murder is the only option. But you can call the police. If you're doing that to a young child, there's evidence of that. The mom did nothing. She's not just an accomplice now, dude. She should be charged with everything that the guy gets. What?
Set her on fire and start fresh. Because that person does not
Dia, as a parent,
be considered a mother.
Here's the thing. Can I be real with you? This is going to be the realest thing that you've ever heard anybody say. And remember, I'm the guy that's constantly getting his shit fucked on this stupid ass website because God forbid I ever say anything that's real. The channel currently is demonetized. So let me say the realest thing that I can say about a parent as far as I'm concerned. In my mind, the only times that killing a child should ever cross the parent's mind is one, obviously in self-defense, okay? And I'm not saying that these things are right. I'm saying they are the only things in my mind that seem reasonable. So the only time that a parent should be thinking of taking their kid's life is one, in self-defense. Two, I see parents get emotional a lot of the time with their kids in a way where it's like the children become the outlet. You understand? And maybe you've come from a household where, hey, it's a little too typical for its own good. So you have been there as an outlet or a recipient or a lightning rod, if you will, for your parents' fucking rage or, whatever bullshit they need to let off in the way of steam. So you're just going to take it. You're going to become that figurative punching bag. And I'm not saying it's justified or reasonable that a life be taken, but I'm plenty sure that many parents have accidentally killed their kids, whether they were drunk, whether they were angry, whether whatever emotion struck them, or maybe something happened to another family member and they just took it out on them. That type of bullshit, okay? That is what I would expect in the way of a typical scenario. The last thing that I expect to see, dude, is, I don't know. I would probably lump self-defense of another family member into the self-defense category, right? That makes sense? So self-defense of another family member for taking that kid's life, say like the kid is coming at the parents or some shit and you want to defend. But the only other one, Dia, and this is the most tragic one, is some parents just go crazy when they're young parents, forgive me, and they don't realize that the child that they have had is now the rest of their life. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm talking about a mom standing over their kid in the crib as they're crying, having woken up for the 50th time in the same night, and the parent coming to the realization that you're not going to be able to get to bed. You're probably not going to be able to sleep through a night ever again. You're probably always going to have this worry in the way of this responsibility for this motherfucker, regardless of the age that they reach. And it's like something that you didn't realize you were signing up for when you were having niggas stick your fucking dick deep in that pussy and just, you know what I mean? But I'm not saying again that it's justified. I'm just saying these are the types of times that I would expect the taking of a life to cross the parent's mind. As far as I'm concerned, all right, if the mom would allow that to happen to the kid, then the kid's like dead to them. You know what I mean? The kid's dead to them. So I believe the mother in this case should be charged to the full extent that the dude is going to get charged.
Yep.
Because how the fuck you just sit there and that's supposed to be your kid? What the fuck? So when I asked him about how he got through it, he said, when I get to a point where the crime is so heinous that I can't empathize for my client, I switch my frame of thought from how will I get this guy reduced or no time to how can I ensure this guy won't have a chance at a mistrial. So essentially he copes by making sure that everyone from the police to the jailers to the prosecution team, are 100% on the up and up so that when this guy gets found guilty, there's no way he can be set free on a technicality. There's always a technicality when there's enough money, homie. I'm very sorry to say. And it's not just money anymore, Dia. I happen to think that you can woke your way out of certain court bullshit these days. Ain't that scary?
We've already seen it happen.
Would you talking about Juicy? Because that's what scares me about Juicy Sommelier or whatever you want to call him, is that I'm not sure he didn't gay his way.
No. That wasn't who I was thinking of, but that guy too. It was
Because what do you mean the cops mishandled bullshit? You know what I'm talking about? That's some shit you would hear from a politician or some government official, like, oh well, the case was mishandled. Some evidence was tampered with. We did not follow due procedure, so we're just gonna have to throw the case away. Like, what?
The one that bothers me the most and that has stuck with me since I heard about it was the one of the transgender guy who had a couple of images of CP on his phone.
Oh my
They
God.
let him free because he was trying to...
Because he was transitioning, he was finding himself, yeah. Imagine.
It was disgusting.
Imagine that.
Disgusting. That's one of the wokest reasons why someone was able to get free. That one hurts.
As the song says, I want to get free, I want to get free. I want to get free transgender into the sun. Come here, chop off my penis now. Invert, won't have a baby thou. You know?
Number 7.
Sorry. Guys, tell me your dreams right now. And not like your real dreams like when you go to sleep. I mean, like, what do you want? Ariana says, Your Honor, before you sentence me, have you considered the fact that I am disabled, bisexual woman of color? It's true. Well, Aerodil says it shouldn't have mattered. CP is CP no matter who views it. Well, not according to the law in all the places, you know? Not according to all the places. So here we are at number 7. A family law attorney here. I've done plenty of divorces and custody dispute cases. Sorry, let me just go ahead and bring this window over here. I've done plenty of divorce cases and disputes over custody that most stuff doesn't get to me anymore. It's only when the kids are put in bad situations between one or both of the parents being some type of addicts that really get to me. One that was especially hard for me to deal with was a divorce when I represented a father. The mother was a raging alcoholic who would bring random guys home many nights from the bar while the dad was working. I saw a video and heard phone calls from their little boy calling the dad at work at 2 a.m. because he was tired, but couldn't go to sleep because mom was playing loud music and had friends over partying. I was on the right side of that one, but seeing and hearing that stuff with the little boy really got to me. Well, thank God none of those guys were the types that, would do anything with a child if they found them, Oh boy. And that's the crazy thing about... Oh, let's not get into it. Sapphire says, a dream of mine is to publish a book of my poetry. Well, I hope you capture the right audience with your poetry.
Can't be any worse than the stuff some YouTubers release.
What, the poetry?
Yeah.
I should start releasing poetry then.
How about you just release a mixtape and we'll call it even?
Linda says, why? Because I'm black. And it's expected of me to release mixtape. Linda says, yay, I'm home. Time to hide in my room. Well, I believe in you, Linda. I believe in all of you. Hide in your rooms, guys. Hide in your rooms for Kyle. Hashtag hide for Kyle. Not from. Okay, I'm gonna get you. Swagstickle says, Sapphire, why don't you publish through Amazon?
You can publish through Amazon?
Mook says, art is my dream. Well, I hope that you all have nothing roadblocking your ass, unless it's just time, and hopefully you'll be able to set aside the time to do what you need to do. Seraphin says, one of my dreams is to make money and meet you and Dia. How are you going to meet us? You think we're just going to be showing up in some kind of convention or something?
That's what people have asked.
Is that what you think? No.
That we should go to some...
Who's asked that? Nobody. Only to you, okay, Dia?
No,
they don't want to meet
you
me.
specifically.
Caesar says, my dream is to move to Australia and get my pilot's license. You know what you need to do is get a damn suit that can withstand a shitload of heat. And then maybe you can go to Australia. Okay? That was just a taste. Austria? Pfft. Put some L's and some I's and some A's in that. And get back to us.
No.
Or maybe he doesn't need any more A's if it's Australia. Wait, no. Australia. Yeah, he needs more L's and A's. He needs more L's and A's. And I've got a lot of L's that I can lend you. See what I did there? Linda says, I have repeatedly said that Kyle should do a meetup. I remember there used to be an app back in my day called Meetup. It was straight for hot cock and PP action, It may have been for straight people too. I don't remember, and I didn't use it, so I can't lie. It may not have been a gay app. It might not, but I remember it being pretty. Well, I was in Miami at the time, so it's pretty popular with the gays. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Marlon says, first time watching live. You did it, Marlon. I always knew that you had it in you, but sometimes you want to get it out of you. So I'll help you in that endeavor by continuing to number 6. I once had to defend a guy that killed his own grandmother and rubbed his own fecal matter all over the corpse. It was bad. Someone responds, that generally renders the corpse inedible. Well, other people would regard it as seasoning. Is this the kind of list you wanted to attend? I'm sorry.
What's wrong with you?
What do you mean? Baba Booey.
You're horrible.
Baba Booey. Oh my God, Marlon says he got his wife into the videos. Nice. Tell your wife I'm saying what's up. What is up, Miss Warren? Or Mrs. Warren, sorry. You don't even know how wives are supposed to be addressed. Aradil says, Kyle, even though I have trouble with Discord, I just joined. You did it, wow. I didn't think that Discord was complicated for people, guys. Like, yes, there's like different rooms and shit that you can get into, but once you make an account, you just jump in the Discord. And I guess if it's confusing, just stay in general, Until you guys join the Discord, it'll be a ghost town, It will be a ghost town, but for the moment, it only needs to be a tool through which we can notify you of when the streams are going live, even though I'm supposed to be streaming every day at the same time, but sometimes I have a little bit of an issue. So let's continue to number 5. I've only worked as a legal intern, not a lawyer, and I cannot speak in specifics for obvious reasons, but I've dealt with about 8 child sexual assault cases at this point. I helped prosecute most of those people, but played a role in the defense of a couple. I can tell you, either which way you're working the case, it's tough. Nothing is more terrifying than reading a young victim's description of being abused at the hand of a trusted family member. Whoa, you living in a world like this, dude. Sometimes I wonder what it'd be like to have other happy-go-lucky channels. You know? Should I start one?
I thought that was essentially.
Who the hell is Lazy Lizard? Of course they fly straight into the goddamn Pets and Kids channel. Of course. I'm glad you guys have found your home in the Discord. Look at my animals. My God.
There's a lot of lizard pet owners in your Discord.
Well, lizards are for the lonely. Look at my smile. Look at my smile. Look at my smile.
What? Do you have a pet lizard I don't know about?
No. You're probably the lizard. One day you're gonna wake up and just change
what's
back.
Wrong with you?
What,
Bitch.
have you had dreams about being a lizard the whole time?
No.
Actually, I'm a broom.
I'm a lizard and you're a broom.
Yeah, unzip and then a broom just falls over.
Broom and lizard duo.
I don't know what's so funny.
Are you an enchanted broom? Can you take me places?
No, you have to be magic, you mudblood.
You bitch. If I can change myself into a lizard, then obviously I am magic.
Oh, you think you're an Anabrumus. Anabrumus. I can change myself into a broom. Oh my god. We can all do that, but it's a different kind of magic. No.
Gross.
Mine's special, you know? At the full moon, turn into a broom. At the full moon, turn into a broom. I represented a mom in a custody case. Both parents were fighting for primary custody. Mom was admittedly... This is such bad takes. No, this isn't funny either. Look, both of these parents were fighting for custody of their child or children. Mom was admittedly a mess and suffering from some mental health issues. Ugh. Well, no, in America, she's going to get them kids. She's the mom. Dad took the kid, didn't bring them back for a few months in violation of the order. I got the kid back. I met with the mom and kid and realized the kid was doing way better with the dad and should be with him. I tried to reason with the mom. She didn't listen. Ultimately, the Child Protection Office got involved and the child was placed with the dad. I last saw the mom many years ago and she was still not in super healthy place and the child was still with the dad. So the best ending happened and not because of me.
Well, at least the mom knew that the child wasn't going to have much of a chance with her and to just, give the child to the dad.
I'm sorry you guys don't have your emojis. This channel just tried to rob us.
That sounds like a wonderful dream, Lizzo. That sounds like a wonderful
We'll strike next month. We'll make them pay.
They'll see. They'll all see.
We'll strike. Number 3. I worked on a merger between 2 large companies that resulted in essentially a monopoly that continues to screw over consumers to this day, including me. Somebody says Comcast. I live in New Hampshire and I have 0 options as it relates to cable providers. Huh. Well, Comcast sucks. Comcast sucks. So guys, I have Minecraft on the PS4. I don't know if I'm supposed to pay for a realm or however it works, and then we play together or whatever. I hit a really stupid snag where to get the worlds that I build on 360 like over 5 years ago, I have to get Xbox One edition of Minecraft, which is no longer in circulation, like only physical copies exist. So I have to buy that and then get that, put it into my Xbox, convert those worlds, and then I'll be able to play it on PS4 and Xbox One. Nuts. But eventually that'll be a thing we do, but I just want to, I don't know. Lizzo says, Kyle, my dream is to live alone with lots of money and weed and video games. Uh-huh. You gotta shoot higher. You know what I mean? Believe in yourself.
Her own weed plantation.
I don't know. I mean, hopefully by, let's give it 2-3 years. Hopefully some more legal weed will be a much more acceptable thing in most places in America. Swagstickle says, anybody use Free Cycle or Trash Nothing? It's awesome. Free stuff you can actually use. What? Oh, Free Cycle's not a bad name for some kind of bullshit thing that he's talking about.
What is it?
I don't know what it is, but I can assume that it's basically like somebody setting up some kind of thing where they get rid of what they don't need anymore, but other people can get it. And then...
Do you have something like that here? That'd be great.
I mean, what?
Get rid of some stuff.
No, man, I'm just trying to go to fucking Goodwill and steal whatever video game somebody got rid of.
No. I'm talking about us giving away stuff.
What do we have to give away?
Furniture that we don't use.
Well, that's Mom's obligation.
She's essentially telling us to do it, though.
No. She got it. And then when she comes, she usually comes to take it to her house, too. So it's like, that's why. That's why we can't just trash everything. If everybody were dead, we'd just trash everything, Dia. But because people live and will find use for something, we can't just get rid of it. True Silver Wolf said, is there not a program online that can convert your world from Xbox 360 to Xbox One, Kyle? Not that I know of, but you may be able to find something. From what I understand, it is very necessary to have a specific edition. If you find something to the contrary, I will be more than happy to field and check that out. But it is my understanding that there is only one way. It has already been updated and uploaded in a capacity that the Xbox One can use, but only that edition of the game can read it and then convert it. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Mook says, one time I found GTA 4 at a Goodwill. I don't know what I'm looking for at Goodwill, but when I find it, I'll know.
I mean, we're already thinking of having an expedition day of going to like different red boxes to go see what other treasures.
We should have already gone to all those red boxes, and I fear it may be too late. Because we were going to go to all the red boxes in the area when we heard that they were closing down their game thing to see if we could buy a bunch of games. And I did get Resident Evil 2 and I haven't played it yet. Because I'm a pussy, alright? Jeez. Number 2. Not me, but a friend who studied law. They helped on a case where the father had shot and killed the mother of the children. The reason why he had shot her was because he was working abroad to earn as much money as possible that he could for the kids, so that they would never have the life he did as a child. He came back to find that she had spent all the money on drugs and his kids were being abused.
So it was justified in a sense.
You mean that hoe got what was coming to her?
Yeah, but legally speaking.
Somebody says, so I see the dad did nothing wrong.
Yeah. We don't. But the legal processes would say otherwise. But we think that she got her comeuppance.
Cool motive, still murder. Candy says, can you find a thrift store and record what you see there? You want me to record myself walking around a thrift store? I think that would be bad form. We could try. And I try not to be an ass about it. Oh yeah, you know what I do? This is why I wanted that stupid little camera recorder thing. So I could put it in like my shirts that don't have pockets and then walk around. You know, and then later I'd voice over it.
Your shirts that don't have pockets?
Yeah, one of the little body cameras that I saw was clearly for the front of like a shirt, maybe a dress shirt with a pocket in it. But because my shirts don't have pockets, it wouldn't fit. So that's what this comment in particular is talking about, you know? Jason says, I found Brutal Legends on PS3, man. Y'all taking it back to the old school, man. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. I love you guys. I want you to stay out of trouble. And I do want you to feel happy. And if you're feeling terrible, then I don't know, man. You must have something that makes you feel happy. Snapchat me a picture of whatever makes you feel happy. And if you're not, then I guess send me a detailed explanation of why you're sad. So I can, well, I'm not going to roast you. That would be rude. But I may offer a perspective that helps you understand why it's not so awful. Or maybe you want to do that in a more public platform so other people can do that too, which you can do in the Discord. So go into the Discord and let everybody. Well, you don't have to put yourself on blast in the Discord, but maybe someone will, without your contribution, be doing or saying something that at least makes you laugh. Because, you know, I feel like we've missed our anniversary of someone making a fool of themselves last week. Has it really been that many days without an incident? We should get like a room in the Discord where it's just like how many days since someone's made an ass of themselves. I'd love to put Stripes in charge of that, and she could make like a really cute picture of somebody just getting up on a ladder going, okay, never mind, 0 days. Oh fuck. But nobody's done anything stupid recently, so there's that. You know, wait, did this bitch just hide somebody? Yes. What did they do? Was it worth it?
You check.
Me check?
Yes, you check. You make decisions.
Come on, Chael. Oh my god.
They misspelled your name. They're a veteran, so I'm guessing autocorrect or something happened. Read the rest of the message. It doesn't matter.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. That Chael. What does he mean by open up a search?
I don't know.
Because if he could mean to open up a search for that stupid thing he was plugging, then that may be...
No. It was to move stuff out of here. Like, if we want someone to come here and, like, move stuff that we don't want or need, then, you know, to open up a search. I don't understand what that means.
He's probably trying to plug that thing. And remember the rule about promotion. It's one of the only 2 rules. So Stripes may have been right. And we can't take that away from her. You win this round, Strazorps. You win this round.
Which is why I wanted you to check. To see what you wanted to be.
It's not unusual to be loved by anyone.
Oh my gosh.
But it's not unusual to get to number 1 on a Kyle list. During my days of insurance defense, I spent one lovely afternoon bickering with consuls for a co-defendant over who would be responsible for paying the $5,000 that was keeping us from settling. We did this whole on-site thing at the plaintiff's home for a deposition. The plaintiff was hit by a semi-truck on the interstate, and while it managed to not kill him, it tore off an arm and a leg. What the fuck? Tore it off, Jesus Christ. And you survived. You know what I mean? Is there blood in the world that can clot like that? Like the arm and the leg got ripped off? And the blood was like, hold. Yo, no. It shattered most everything else. He was almost entirely immobile, confined to a power chair, and he could barely operate. confided to us that if he had function in his remaining hand, he would shoot himself.
That's no way of living.
That is not a way to live. Where the fuck is his family? They couldn't hook him up?
True. Where is his family?
Where's his family? They couldn't hook him up?
God,
If he had, that's what he said. If he had, he'll find a way. But he didn't want it to be agonizing. And that sounds like a man that can find some money to pay someone to come do it.
That's so sad.
That's sad.
That's so sad.
The $5,000, it was based on an estimate to renovate his bathroom so that he could actually use it. Jesus Christ. The dude needed entire new everything because the way his body works now, he just wouldn't be able to use the bathroom the same way. You know? He'd been pissing and shitting in a bedpan in the living room. I felt like a complete fuck sitting in front of him and arguing about such an insignificant sum. $5,000 seems like, you know, a lot of money maybe, or a big deal. But it's really just the ability for this guy to use the bathroom.
And since he said semi-truck, that's under some company. That company must have some sort of money.
And again, look from another perspective, flip that coin. There could be another lawyer in this very list talking about how they defended their company from having to pay from some poor sap that got hit, you know, and they ended up winning. So the company's not liable. They don't have to pay anything. And that sucker just needs to, you know, waddle away and die for all the company cares.
That's so scary.
That's life. Here's the top thing on Ask Reddit right now. What's a place easy to enter, but hard to exit?
Your mom.
That doesn't really make sense. Why is it hard to exit the mom? Does she got like a tight puss?
It doesn't
She
matter.
do Kegels so she can just clamp down on you.
It doesn't matter.
Your mom already had kids because
Doesn't matter.
she don't need
Your
to baby
mom.
trap. No, come here.
It don't matter. Your mom.
Look.
Parenthood.
Can everybody be real with me for once in the chat?
I can't imagine.
Press 1 if your mom had big boobs and you think she passed them down to you. Press 2 if your mom had a big pee-pee and you think she passed it down to you. Cast your votes now. Okay. I just tried to open up that Ask Reddit thread and I think I accidentally clicked the Ask Reddit subreddit instead of the actual thread. So what's a place that's easy to enter but hard to exit? Warm shower on a winter morning. Your finger in a plastic lid straw hole. More like a soda can. That shit's scary. I've done that. It makes me worry about it now. A bad sleeping pattern. Easy to enter, hard to exit. What do you mean?
Like if you want to be able to wake up early in the morning, but you keep going to bed early in the morning.
Somebody wrote prison. So whoever said that. DZZZ. Debt.
They win.
Yeah. Hotel. Come on. IKEA. It's not a maze. Everybody makes it seem like IKEA is difficult to get out of. It's just time consuming is what it is. So I guess in that regard, no, but the question wasn't phrased like that. Hard to exit implies difficulty, you know?
Drug addiction. That's so true.
Somebody linked to a SCP. What the fuck?
Man, you about to read some SCP?
No, but is there an SCP that's actually an IKEA? I'd read this if I were crazy.
You should.
You people,
crazy.
yeah, no, I'm not. So, yeah, I'm not reading it, but if I were crazy, I'd do it. No. Don't I have long note? That one would work better. Oh my god, what about Special Harvest? I used to like that one a lot. What if it's too much? Is Special Harvest even available anymore? I don't think it is. Long Note 3. I've never known this one. Yeah, I'm not doing this. But I might for the deep voice channel.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is let it be goofy over there. D-Triple-C said casinos, and then Streg said drug addiction. Easy to start, hard to get out of.
Linda says, did I find a new soundboard? I didn't need to find a new one. The old one came back.
Let me smash.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh.
Yeah, boy. Oh,
Cookie
damn.
clicker.
Hamburger.
Oh, yeah. Dramatic boom Kyle. Nice. Forgot all about that noise. Honk, honk. Honk, honk. That shit's loud.
Slap it on some toast.
Oh, yeah, boy. Occult. Yeah, you guys better be answering these like we're playing like a game of Pictionary. Shapoopy. Okay.
No. God, no.
Shapoopy. Shapoopy. Reddit my ass. We can leave whenever we want. Guys, I love ya. Please do not get any charges from now and the last time that you've watched me. Everybody like the video or something. I don't need you to like the video. Go follow me on Twitch. Go follow me on Twitter. And get into the Discord. Because I'm really just preparing for the inevitable day when this channel goes absolutely like, something's coming. YouTube may seem like it's all right now, but something's coming. Also, I want to let you know, again, we can do all of this video game crap whenever we're in the mood. So let's figure out where we need to set up a Minecraft world. Let's play more Fortnite together. I really want it to be special between you and me. So I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Wait, or should it be bye? Yeah. Get a hold of me. See you soon. Ba-ba, boom, ba. And I wonder if there's anything on Public Freakout though. Me. Oh no, that's not a P. A horror movie moment when the kid was right about Bronze Cowboy. Do you want to sit next to this Bronze Cowboy and I'll take your picture? Oh, because it's not a statue. It's not real, honey. Oh my god. That poor kid. Oh my god. Oh.
This is my house.
What the fuck?
Look.
Oh my god! What you mean? Is this even okay to show? Girl shot on Facebook Live. Not even phased? Oh, nah. I'm pretty sure I can't show that. You guys have a great night. And if you want this video, get a hold of me. Talk to you later. Shit, man. Wow. That's kind of sad. Love you. Later. Take it easy.